The Comedy Historian Podcast with Robert Ross. In this episode, we're talking about our latest book, The Carry On Girls. The contents of this chat is taken from a Facebook Live video where we spoke to some of our fans about what they're looking forward to.
Hello. All right, Jem.
Yeah.
How's it going?
All right.
Good.
All right.
We are in Comedy Cottage. We're downstairs because we've got the fire on today. You see, so I've got to make sure it doesn't go out, or if I put some coal on or something. So yeah, and we've got our Christmas decorations up already. So ding dong, merrily
Who's
on
got
the way.
theirs up already? Decorations.
Look, she's written the Carry On book now. It's contagious. You were saying actually before we came on, because we put our decorations up over the weekend, because we have no spare days now between here and Christmas. So and any excuse, I love Christmas. I'd have them up all year round if I could, but
No, it's not my choice to have them up this early. But
we-
anyway, they're
we were
up.
playing Christmas songs on Sunday, just to let you know. Anyway,
Anyway, there's some people joining us. So there's Gavin. Hello,
hello.
Gavin.
Hello.
And there's Emma.
Hello. Oh,
Hello.
Chums, one and all. Look what I have in my hand.
So, here it is, guys. Can we just look? There it is.
It's lovely, isn't it?
And can I just show you the back? Because I really love the back.
See, we told you Joan Sims was on the cover, didn't we? But you didn't believe us. Anyway.
So yes, there it is. Now we can't show you too much of what's inside at the moment.
This doesn't exist until the 23rd, really.
Yeah.
It's in a time portal. Very fitting for Doctor Who 60 Day that's coming out, but no.
I can confirm the very first person to get their hands on it was Joe Good. So she had it a day ahead of us.
Yeah. Thanks, Joe. But no, she was lovely. We did the BBC Radio London on Friday night, yes, which was lovely. Live in the studio, and Valerie Leon was just before us, about 10:10, I think. So Valerie, and happy birthday from Sunday to Valerie. That was lovely, wasn't it?
Yes.
A nice champagne luncheon with 5 of the girls for Val's big milestone birthday.
Should we talk a little bit about that before we get going with the book?
Who saw that in the Mirror on Sunday? Did you all get your Sunday papers?
Give it a love heart or a thumbs up.
Emma says book cover is quite beautiful. It is rather, isn't it? Yeah, we love it. We love it.
Yeah,
it's very hard to whittle down to 8 of our favourite girls. It has to be said, for the cover. But there we go.
And I have to say, they ask you. So publishers ask you, what do you want the cover to look like? This is nowhere near what I sent. It was quite similar in some respects. The idea was sort of there.
When you get the book, there's a photograph of Valerie Leon in the book, which I really wanted for the cover. And I was almost tempted just to have that picture on the cover, weren't we?
Yeah.
We were really tempted. If you can spot the one, it's never been published before, this picture. And we will talk about the photographs later, but a lot of these, some you will see before, because some you just can't not put in, like Come On Girls and Carry On Camping. But the vast majority of these have never been published before, and they've been sat in my archive for donkey's years.
And it was so funny because we were going out picking the photographs, and you pulled a few out and said, what about this one? And I was like, nah, I've seen that one before. Like, you've used that in the Carry On story or something.
Yeah.
So I was like, and then you were showing me photos and I was like, oh my God, I have never seen this photo. I was like, we've got to put this in because I know the fans will love it. And you guys were very much at the forefront of what we were thinking. We were trying to come up with fresh content for you.
Yeah.
And we were very kind of aware that we wanted to give you something a little bit fresh. The hardcore fans, maybe, you're gonna
even they might they will definitely spot stuff they've not seen before, because most of this stuff, and Peter Rogers, the curator and producer of the Carry Ons, also loved the fans so much, and a lot of this stuff was gifted to me by Peter. If you ever do a book on the behind the scenes or the Carry On Girls or whatever, use some of these, and he gave me this big envelope of transparencies and 8x10 stills and whatever, and these are the ones you would think, where's this come from?
I think, with the transparencies, I am so grateful to my dad who has been archiving our family photos, who invested in a piece of kit that
Yes.
allows you to get these photos scanned. So we know that they're very unlikely you will have seen some of these. Let me just take a few questions. So that we had one here from the lovely Dean. And
Oh, hi, Dean.
Dean's not going to be able to be here for long, but hopefully, Dean, you'll catch up with us. This will be up live, and you'll be able to live. It'll be there afterwards,
Yeah,
and you'll be able to
be more
stream and
alive
catch
than me.
up. So, but thank you, and I'm really glad you're looking forward to reading the book.
That's interesting, and also he's seeing the index now. Have you said this before online yet? Because there are some Easter eggs for
Ah,
die hard fans. Then look, there's so many girls, but we've endeavoured, I think, to mention everybody in some capacity. Some might have not, because some of the photographs weren't used, were they? But
yeah.
there are, but that index is not definitive.
Put
So
it this way:
anyway.
when you publish a book, um, and some of you may know this if you've published yourselves, you are given a word count. Okay, it's really hard to stick to the word count.
Especially when
It,
you're me, you know,
especially
overwrite.
like it's when I say stick to it, I mean like we went way over it, and so things get cut. We were also told we could only have something like 80 photographs in there. There are way more.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
I sent in the end about 500 photographs. There's not 500 photographs, but there are definitely more than 80. I'd say probably about 350.
Is that yeah? It's a
Someone
lot.
out there, someone will be pedantic, and I'm sure you'll go through and count them all.
It's more
If
than
you
80
do,
anyway. It's more than 80.
let us know because it's just fun for us to know how many made it. Um, so yeah, there are these restrictions, and so it was the same a little bit with the girls when they were going, look guys, you've way overwritten, and so you have to go back and we have to be clever.
I had a lovely section called Harem Girls and what was it? It was something like that. And some of that had to go, sadly. But hey, there's always other books, right? It's not like the internet. It's not elastic pages. We've got to say no at some point. And also, I've got to ask Gemma actually because I had this idea years and years ago to do this book, probably oh gosh, 15 years ago, and couldn't get it off the ground. I did try a lot of people, a lot of publishers, and I didn't get anywhere with it. But then, because basically there had been Bond girls forever, which obviously is celebrating the James Bond girls and a very mainstay of which is the glamour girls of James Bond. There came along Hammer Glamour, written by my good pals Alan Barnes and Marcus Hearn.
Which is
They're,
on the
they're, all, they're,
shelf
all, they're
behind
all up
us.
on the shelf there. And I thought, well, now is the time. Actually, Hammer Glamour came off the heels of the Carry On Girls I was trying to pitch, actually. And it was Marcus Hearn and Richard Reynolds who almost published the Carry On Girls about 5 years ago.
More than that.
Whenever Me Too came in,
Oh, more than that.
yeah, it was. They got cold feet because of Me Too, and understandably, a book's got to come out and it's got to reflect the times. And if there's a negativity about the idea of objectifying women, then which was at the time, they thought we can't do this book. Over to Gemma because without Gemma, we wouldn't have this book. I'm telling
Right. So the other
you.
thing to say is that we were last year, about a couple of months, kind of before now, so just about 14 months ago, Robert was saying to me he wants to do this book, and I actually said to him, "You cannot do this book without a woman's name attached to it. No publisher will buy it." And I know that might sound a bit maybe woke of me, if that's the right word.
Woke's a good thing though,
Um,
but yeah,
but I said, these girls need to be given the respect and love that they deserve because they've all had amazing careers. And we did talk through like who could write it with you. And in the end, I just said, shall I write it with you? More for me. um,
I think Jem thought you were on for an easy ride here.
I did.
You
I
probably
thought
thought
he'd do all
I'll
the
write all of
work.
it. Well, it was about half and half, wasn't it?
It
Because
was
it was such a quick turnaround as well. We didn't sign the contracts actually
until December last
December
year.
into January. They made a cruise in January, so we didn't
Yeah.
start until middle of January, end of January.
Yeah.
So I was down here working. Jem was upstairs, and we were just shouting back and forth about, you know. I'm very proud to say that Gemma did have the Carry On companion by her side to check facts.
I would joke and say, "Where's the Bible?"
Yeah,
Um,
it's right here.
so,
Yeah.
it, and yeah, so it's no mean feat writing a book. If you've ever written a book, if you've ever written a dissertation's probably on par with a book, I would say. But this is like dissertation on steroids because you are so restricted. You also have the publishers that, you know, do have a say in the voice of what they want to come out because
Mm.
they are ultimately being represented by us as authors. So it's tough, and then you get your first set of corrections, and then you get another set of corrections, then you get final proofs, and then you get final proofs. And so this process did not, the last thing we signed off on was the first week of September. And you know, various things happen, like people go on holiday, we went on a cruise, you know, so everything is kind of shifting sands, and then everything went off. So that is the time scale in which a book is turned around. Some of you, I'm sure, will read it in a weekend, and that's absolutely
You will. You
fine
absolutely will.
because I'm just glad you're reading it. But yeah, so should we take some questions?
Yep. So of course, yes. What we got here?
Right. So Gavin has mentioned about Dear Valerie. I'll talk a little bit more about Valerie in a minute, Gavin. But I really like your question. Um, so the question is, what would we say is her best role? What for me, I would say it's Up the Jungle.
Hmm.
Um,
Certainly her meatiest part, isn't it? I've got a massive soft spot for her little cameo as Deirdre in Carry On Again, Doctor, with Jim Dale. Just 'cause it's such a saucy little bit, and Jim's reactions are so great. But yeah, I think it's got to be um, Carry On Up the Jungle, hasn't it? It's just definitive Valerie Leon, certainly in terms of Carry On.
yeah,
She's so
yeah,
good in that, and
and it's her favourite
it's her
role.
favourite one as well. Yeah, and
Um,
funny enough, we use a picture of that for her forward. Look at that. So there you go.
surprise, surprise.
But and also we always say she's a seven times Carry On girl. She did six of the films, but she's also in Carry On Christmas, the 1972, or Carry On Stuffing.
And we do talk about the televisions.
We absolutely talk about the televisions and the stage. Yes, indeedy.
Yes.
Yes, yeah. So, yeah. As I say, there's a lot of girls to get through there. But we should mention the other girls who were at Valerie's party.
Well, should we put into context the party?
Please do. 'Cause it
Okay.
wasn't Sunday. It was a week ago.
It was actually about, yeah. It actually will be 2 weeks Thursday.
Mm.
Um, so what happened was the publisher had some interest from the Daily Mirror, who basically wanted to get us together for an interview. And I suggested to them, I said, well, look, it's Valerie's 80th birthday. When are you planning to run the article? They said the 12th of November, which is Valerie's birthday. And I said, well, could we make this a bit of a celebration? And bless them, they did, which was really good of them because they didn't have to do that. So um, the event took place. It was very secret, very hush hush, at the Soho Hotel in London. If you don't know it, it wouldn't surprise me because I didn't know it was there. A gorgeous hotel, very hidden and tucked away. And we went up to a suite,
It's lovely.
and we
Yes.
had teas and coffees to start us off. This is all the delights that go on behind the scenes. The girls got
They're
together.
hating us for this right now, don't
Oh
you?
God,
It's
I'm so
like, I mean,
sorry.
I know my heart bleeds for myself. But go
I'm
on.
so sorry. And the girls all came in one by one. So we had Jackie Piper, we had Anita Harris, we had Madeline Smith, and we had Louise Burton. And they asked for five girls, and the five girls they wanted to cover as many films as possible. So it was really lovely that we had from Up the Khyber
from
to
from Camel, actually, from
Camel.
Follow That Camel right the way through to Carry On Emmanuel, which was
Gosh,
pretty cool.
which was pretty cool.
So yeah.
So yeah, and then we had the interview, and then there was a big photo shoot. The photo you saw in the newspaper and online was actually the last photo they took. They
There were
took
hundreds of pictures.
hundreds.
Yeah, so
I am trying to see if I can get hold of them
because
because that.
we're in some of them. Of course,
No, but
they wouldn't use pictures with us in,
they're
but
so
I want that for
gorgeous.
my own archive. I want me and my wife and 5 Carry On girls. That's what I want. So I can die happy. But anyway, yeah.
So yeah, I'm going to try and see if we can get hold of them and whether we're allowed to publish them. Um, we do have to credit the photographer, which was a guy called
Tim
Tim
Merry.
Merry. Um, and so we did lots and lots of photos, and the last one was wonderful because the girls are going like that, and it was actually, God bless her, Anita Harris, who just went, keep dancing. If you're a Strictly fan, you know what that's all about.
Maybe we can use the picture for the paperback version. I'm thinking about
Yeah.
paperback already, and the book's not even out yet in hardback. But and we should say Anita Harris is in pantomime in Windsor this year. That's right, isn't it?
Hmm.
Playing the Empress of China.
In Peter Pan.
Is it Peter Pan or is it Aladdin?
No, it's
It's
Aladdin.
Aladdin. Yeah. I was going to say, there's no Empress of China in Peter Pan unless they've rewritten it. You never know these days. Pantos can come in all shapes and sizes. It's definitely Aladdin, isn't it? But yes,
Yeah.
she's got a long old run. She's there from, I think, middle of, no, soon. It opens next week, I think. And it runs all the way through to like the first week of January. So check that. Windsor Theatre Royal. It's a gorgeous theatre. And Nitty is there. Anita Harris is there as the Empress.
Yeah.
Lovely.
So then after that, we had an absolutely gorgeous lunch, and I mean, honestly, the
Jim's still
loveliest,
going on about this on this day. We're still tasting the champagne.
but the love those women have for each other
It was
and the
gorgeous, yeah.
friendships
Yeah, it
is
was
just amazing. And you know, it was sweet. Louise came in with a card for Valerie, and um Anita Harris bought this balloon that we needed to blow up, so we had to like hide it from Valerie, and I had to get someone from the hotel to run around and get air in it. Anyway, it was a very fun day, but yes, it wasn't actually Sunday. I believe Valerie was with her family on
Yeah,
Sunday.
well, quite right too. Yes, she shouldn't be working on her birthday. But anyway,
So that was that. Right, let's have a little look at this. So Chris,
more
you've said
questions.
it should be arriving. You've ordered yours, and it should be arriving on the 23rd of November. I can confirm they're in the warehouse.
Yeah,
I am going to be really curious whether some of you will get them through your doors a few days
absolutely. If you
early.
pre-ordered, yeah,
If you
yeah.
do, please, can you take a picture with the book,
So I don't
message
know what I'm doing this
us?
for. I've got a book in.
There it is.
That's lovely. Yeah, thank you.
You can.
Yes, do that. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and let us know what you think about it. But yes, so it's definitely going to be in time. And this was the headache. I mean, we spent a lot of time. I mean, my gosh, I'm so used to doing books where you don't sleep for weeks, and this was another a case in point because of the deadline. Because obviously we're celebrating not only 65 years of the Carry On Girls, starting with Shirley Eaton, but 50 years of Carry On Girls, the film, right? So Carry On Girls was in the cinemas for Christmas 1973. So we needed to get this book, and it seems a long time from January to December, but they want it by March. It's page set by whatever it was, August or July or something, and then it goes to the printers in September because it's not printed in this country; it's printed outside of this country. So that takes time. So it's a long old process, and the poor writers don't get that much time to make it happen.
I
So
think
this
some of
so I
you
would have liked another year on this, quite honestly, because I got even more grey hairs doing this book. But it's
I
worth it.
think
It's
some
worth
of
it.
you will recall. In fact, probably Chris. I think you're one of the people because I'm pretty sure you and I had this conversation at one of the convention days. I think originally it was due out in October,
That's
and
right.
then they told us they pushed it back, and then they were going to push it back to January, and that's why we worked like crazy because we were like, we don't want it to come out in January.
It's a graveyard for books,
It's a
January.
graveyard for books, but also we're going to miss the
Yeah.
anniversary. So, yeah. So anyway, let's have a look. So Wayne is here. Hello, Wayne. Hope to see you soon. I know you love your collecting your books. Um, So we've got loved her as Tanya, the Easter Lotus in the
The
Revenge.
Lotus Eater in Revenge of the Pink Panther. Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. That's Valerie again. Valerie's done everything, and she's worked with Peter Sellers. She's done Bond. She's done Hammer. She's done The Persuader. She's done everything. Bless
Oh, Chris, good question. Are we going to write a book about the Carry On guys?
her.
That's a really good question. I it's hard with the men because I think the men have been written about a lot.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
obviously you've got things like Kenneth Williams's diaries, which we'll never ever be
And
able
we
to
thought
do him
we
justice.
thought there was a lot of the women. There's an awful lot of men to cover.
Probably even more.
Yeah, I would say so. I'd love to do. There's other between you and us. There are other books in us or in me or in Gemma about the carry-ons, not just other comedy, but certainly focus in on the carry-ons. But yeah, you never say never. There's always a possibility. But yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
thank you.
yeah.
Nice tip. All right, well,
Right,
noted.
right to the history press and suggest
Yeah, suggest it to the
it.
history press. They might then ask us. Um, okay, so David Miller, will you be selling and signing at the What a Carry On Day event on the 9th of December? Yes, we will.
Yes,
We
we will.
will. We
This
will
is
indeed. Do you want
yes.
to explain a bit about that event?
Yeah. So yeah, absolutely. Saturday, December the 9th is our fourth carry on up the Cinema Museum day. As the title suggests, it's at the Cinema Museum, which is in South London, Kennington, Elephant and Castle, that area, Charlie Chaplin country, if you know your London film locations. So we're there from midday right the way through till 6:30, I think,
Hmm.
with a load of amazing guests, including Sally Geeson, Pauline Piat, Tony Slattery, Toby Dale. They're both making their first
Terry
carry-on appearance.
Pierce.
You see, this is all newbies here now. So obviously Tony Slattery and Toby Dale were both in Carry On Columbus, and I've never done a convention before in terms of Carry On. I did a cruise with Tony once, Carry On themed, but that wasn't public invitation. That was a themed cruise. And Terry Pierce, as you mentioned, who was assistant director, who's absolutely lovely, and he's got some amazing
Oh my
photographs.
goodness. So this
My
is
giddy aunt, talk
if
about
you
pictures we've never seen before.
he is very, very kindly. He reached out to us. It was really out the blue. He reached out to us and said who he was, and he asked if he could come. We were like,
What he
absolutely.
said was, "Would you mind if I came?" And I said, "What? Of course you can
And
come."
then he said, I've got an archive of photographs that I took when I worked on the films. Would you like to see them? Now, we've seen a, maybe about half a dozen of them, and these have never ever been seen before. And my goodness, so we're hoping on the day we can actually have a little show reel up
Yeah,
and we can look at them. Obviously, we cannot have people taking pictures of them because they are his photographs, and obviously belong to him, but we may be able to share them.
yeah.
So
And
that's
but Terry Pierce is very happy to sign and chat to the fans at the bar. And I had a long. I was on the phone for about an hour with him when we already scratched the surface. He's got so many great stories, and he's such a lovely bloke. So he's going to be there. Who else? Have we got? I'm trying to. Oh,
Alexandra Dane.
Alexander Dane. Thank you very much.
I know we've got so many.
Busty and Up the Kind with many others. We've got David McGillivray,
Yes,
who is not only a brilliant filmmaker and film critic, but was
I'm
a
checking.
crowd artist in Carry On Girls as well.
I'm checking if we've missed.
David's amazing, and along with many other things, he was a person that really sort of championed and almost discovered Julian Clary. So he was his management for a long, long time.
Laura Collins, the
Laura
lovely
Collins
Laura
from Carry On
Collins.
Matron. Thank you. So I'm glad you're here, Gemma.
I'm
Oh,
checking.
we've got Larry Dan as
Oh my
well.
gosh,
Now
yes.
Larry Dan is launching his memoirs on that day as well. Published by our good friend Oliver Croker, and it's Oh What a Lovely Memoir. It's called, and Larry Dan's long and illustrious career is written for the first time, so we're launching that as well. So I mean, it's loads, and plus we'll be signing our book as well, and sort of moving backwards a little bit. We've got a launch party for the Carry On Girls
Hmm.
at the Museum of Comedy. We love a museum.
That is on the 29th of November. It is a week after release date. The purpose for that purely was to avoid Doctor Who night.
Because I'll be in watching Doctor Who on the 23rd. And the first of the news, if you share my passion with Doctor Who, the first of the new specials with David Tennant is on the Saturday that week, so the 25th. But there is, I just noticed today, Jem, because I might have been out that night. I'm now not going to be out that night because they've got a night on BBC Four
Well, there you
on the
go.
23rd. They're showing the colourised version of William Hartnell's first Dalek story,
Ooh.
which is very exciting. So
Anyway,
there
carry on, girls.
sorry, carry on,
So
girls.
yeah, so we
Yeah,
have a book launch. It is purely a party. There will be a lot of the actresses in attendance. We can't tell you who they are because the reason for it is that they are not officially working. They are invited guests and they're not there in a work capacity. It could be that work comes in for them and
Yeah,
then they can't
exactly.
come.
Yeah, and
We're still getting replies from
it wouldn't be
ladies.
fair to say people are going to come because, as you say, the commitment is purely if work or family happens, they won't come. But we've got some amazing people
Mm.
saying they will be there basically, and they'll sign the books and they'll chat and etc. And for the price, it's £40, but you get the book, which is £25 RRP. There it is. You get to meet a load of girls. From the films, I mean, not just random girls, carry on girls from the films and tellies, and we'll sign the book, and you get a drink as well.
And you get a
And you know,
drink.
the Jester Bar at the Museum of Comedy is not cheap. So you know you can leave about 50 quid and around there quite
And another
easily.
question I had was about whether the ladies in attendance will sign. They won't sign items. Like I've said, it's not a convention, it's not an event. They are purely coming as invited
Yeah,
guests. If they choose to sign this,
thank you.
they may do.
Yeah,
But again, I can't promise that.
no.
Because, like I say, they're not there in a work capacity. So,
And again, what
but you'll get lovely
you'll
stories
get
and get
lovely
to chat to
stories,
them. So,
absolutely. Like you say, we can't guarantee anything really, but you know there will be a as we call them a giggle of carry on girls in attendance, and we'll definitely be there because we've got to be there because we're contracted to be there. And moving even nearer to today, can we talk about the Right on Comedy Book Festival on Saturday?
yes, can I take a few questions first, though,
Yes, of
before we
course.
get to that?
Yeah.
Right, so a couple of questions have come in, which are so Gavin's asked, are Joan Hickson and Rebecca Lacey mentioned in the book?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, they are.
Yes, they are.
They are.
That's it. There you go. Yeah, absolutely.
Um,
We do cover Columbus. If that I know Joan Hickson's not in Columbus, but we do cover Columbus. Yes, I'm. We did this radio on Friday, and it's true. I mean, you know, I know some people don't like Columbus, some people don't like a lot of them. But every single Carry On film is somebody's favourite,
mm,
and that covers all of them, even ones you don't think are very good. And so the point of this book, and I've done, you know, the Carry On Companion was a rating system. There is no agenda in the Carry On Girls. Um, you know, there's no sort of criticism or analysis of the film's quality. It's purely celebrating the women who were in them and also a few people behind the scenes as well. So there's no sort of we think this one's favourite and this one's not very good. If you're in them, you'll celebrate it basically.
yes,
So there you go.
absolutely. And
Good.
the other thing, I mean, I know you sort of say the only sort of critique within the book is really assessing their roles and what was actually going on kind of socially and historically for women and why the films evolved or who, you know, why did were the scripts evolving, why is, you know, let's face it, you've got Sergeant on one side and you've got Carry On Columbus right at the end. That's spanning 40 years,
30 odd, yeah,
30 odd
34
years.
years, yeah, yeah.
And so, you know, there's a lot that's happened. So we've had to kind of put that a little bit into context and why things are changing. So hopefully you'll find that interesting. I would say this book is very much for the female fan as well.
But don't put off the men because
No.
I like it as well. It's funny because it's really good because originally, forgive me, you know, because of the Hammer Glamour and because of the Bond Girls Are Forever, my original notion for it, and Valerie Leon was always going to write the forward because it was an idea we sort of knocked around together. So Valerie was always going to be the person writing the forward because she's obviously in Carry On Girls, right, as well as others. But it was going to be much more of a sort of a cheesecakey sort of glamour shots thing, like the other books I mentioned, the Hammer Glamour and Bond Girls Are Forever. And what it is now, it is that in part, um, but we've discovered that all the photographs they're very tastefully done, even stuff that was heading for like tidbits and all those sort of, you know, not quite top shelf magazines, but gentlemen's magazines of the 60s and 70s. All the girls are photographed so beautifully. But when Gemma came in, as you say, the social history came in and the actual sort of fashions and sort of legal requirements for women that were going,
Mm.
you know, all that. So it's really a nicely balanced book with a lovely good photographs in it. So if you're just a casual fan, you'll get a lot out of it. If you're a die-hard fan, you'll get a lot out of it.
And we've
So yeah.
not done them in alphabetical order. I think we can say that
We can say
safely.
that, yeah. Well, because someone's seen the index, so you can tell, yeah.
Yeah, so we've not done it in alphabetical order. We've done it in where they come in within the Carry On franchise. So you might find that Sally Jason's really early on because
Yeah,
why? You probably
yes.
know,
You
you
know this,
guys,
yes, but
but
yeah, absolutely, they do, yes, and that's nice. Also, that's nice because then you've got, for example, somebody who's in Carry On England is in a very early one. So I like the fact that it's almost like an amalgamation. The whole film and TV and stage, the whole Carry On franchise is a lovely ball of good fun, you know. So there's no sequence as such, but also the fact that we do meet the girls in order,
mm,
they join the team, allowed your structure to work better, didn't it? That you
yeah,
could sort of like see the history of England changing
yeah.
from the late 50s up to the 90s and beyond, actually, because we do go, you know, carry-ons are still carrying on, aren't they now? So you know,
Chris Hannah, you know your stuff.
what's that done?
He's just said she was in Regardless as a
Oh,
schoolgirl.
Sal was indeed.
Spoilers!
She was, well, no, yeah, she's definitely
He
there.
knows his
She's
stuff.
definitely there.
Right, Steve, really good question. Do you cover all the girls who appeared in the Carry Ons, or just those who made more than a couple of films? That's a really good
We sort of
question.
covered that. We hope to get everybody. I mean, I think there's a couple of omissions purely because photographs were lost and stuff, weren't there? But
Photographs are lost. It's also really hard if someone had a cameo and or was not even not a cameo. That's wrong because cameo people are in there.
yeah,
I think if somebody was almost like an extra,
but,
that they are mentioned,
even they're in there. So to be fair,
even
so
they're in there.
yeah, yeah.
But yeah, it's really really hard to get. I can't honestly say to you everybody is
They,
in
I
there.
was saying this to Jem because I had a long list of people, and some of those didn't make it in. I think, well, then they might be mentioned in the text somewhere. But then I was checking something. I was having to watch Carry On Doctor. I know it's awful, isn't it? But my life is awful. I was watching Carry On Doctor, and there's that scene right at the start with Frankie Howard and Joan Sims. Joan Sims is in, obviously. I think Joan's got the biggest section of all, quite rightly. Yeah, she's the most prolific Carry On girl. But there's a scene with Frankie Howard, you know, doing his lecture, Francis Bigger lecture, and there are women sat in the audience, right? I'm thinking, oh, that's somebody's mum there, and they're not in there. Obviously, I'm not mentioning every single extra that's in the crowd of Frankie's lecture, and
Yeah,
but
you can go a bit crazy with
you can go a bit
it.
crazy. And I mean, I suppose I've mentioned them somewhere. Probably they're putting the Carry On story or something. Certainly extras in, like Carry On Regardless has got a massive cast of people. So there are probably people in there. There's probably some of the schoolgirls with Sally Geeson in that scene in the toy department that Kenneth Williams is doing. That's where Sal pops up in that scene. There's probably some of those girls not in there. But what are you looking at now? She's
Well,
answered
I've
the
just had a
introduction.
very interesting question just pop up,
Oh, go
and
on. Okay.
just so Pete, lovely Pete, has asked, "Is the lovely Imogen Hassel mentioned in the book?"
She
She
certainly
is,
is.
and at the start of this video, we had a quick flash, and I might give you a quick flash
Oh,
now, because
Mrs.
yes, and I have to say, writing about Imogen was one of the most probably moving of everybody I had to write about, and I really hope I've done her
I think
justice.
it's lovely. It's a lovely piece,
Um,
actually.
she was a gorgeous woman to write about. You get to know these women really intimately when you write about their lives. Um,
And we
and
try, we try and avoid too much of anything uh, scandalous or unpleasant or anything. And obviously, Imogen's was quite a tragic figure, but we try and sort of celebrate them. And there she is, bless her. Jenny Grubb.
quick flash.
There you
There you
go.
go.
I know. I've got a whole strip of those pictures of Imogen posing by the Wedded Bliss agency, and that was the nicest one, I think.
She's
Isn't it?
got 4 pages.
There's various sort of that same shoot, isn't there? I've got about
Oh my
six of
god.
them different, but anyway, she's got 4 pages. There you go. Look at that, perfect.
So
So yeah,
yeah,
that
and
was
and
nice
that's
fun,
the
wasn't
other
it?
thing. Like even the length. there are some people who are massive stars.
Yes.
Beryl Reid. I'm going to give you an example. Beryl Reid. She deserves her own book, quite frankly.
She's got her own book.
She's got her
Roll
own
out the
book.
barrel, I think it's called, isn't it? But anyway, yeah, go on.
So it's very, very. We wanted to try and keep it with the Carry On films. So you might look at someone and say, yeah, but they had amazing careers
Yeah,
and
yeah,
huge careers, and it's
yeah.
like, yeah, but we could write loads.
I've got the other example is Dame Sheila Hancock, who I think
Oh
gets
gosh,
half a
yeah.
page in this book
Poor
because she's
Dame.
only did one, right? You know, so far. But you know, you can't. I think Sheila's written about 4 books,
I,
hasn't she?
I can't do her
So you can
justice.
get her life story in other books. This is really just a sort of snapshot of these wonderful women. But you know, like I say, you could write a book 10 times this size and still miss stuff out. You know, but
And Joan Sims has a massive
I'm
section.
going to give you a flash of Joan.
Yeah, can you?
Yeah,
Because she
where is
just
Joan?
because she
There she
did so
is.
many. There's so much to talk about. In fact, you know, it's don't also go into the book thinking, oh, you haven't gone through every single film one by one,
That is also true. Yes.
because that's really, really
Oh God, look
difficult.
at that. Did you see that? Did you see that
Oh,
then? Anyway, yeah, no, absolutely. There are some people who we don't mention all their films. I think Barbara Windsor's probably one of those people that we don't
yeah.
reference every single film.
And Joan is
And
one
Joan's another one.
because there's
But you
so
know,
many.
you've got the Carry On story. If you haven't, you should have. And the Carry On companion, and they're different books. As I say, they're books where I could be a bit more sort of analytical about the quality of the film, and certainly do whole cast lists and crew lists, and lists and facts and figures and stuff. This is not a particularly facts and figures book. This is a real sort of a real coffee table, feet up on Boxing Day morning.
And also, it's written
That's what
for,
I'm going to do anyway.
you know, guys. You guys know it really well. Like I can see, like Pete's just asked, is Renee Houston in it? And she is.
Yeah, absolutely, she's in it. Yes, yeah,
um, and actually, I have a funny story about her. I had to keep telling them to keep putting
oh, the little thing,
the little
yes.
thing above her because they took it out, and I was like, no, no, we have to get this correct. Um,
Oh man,
just little things
the
like
little
that.
it takes hours, and this is the thing, the lovely thing, because it is you can just flick through it and just say, oh yeah, it's fine, you know. You think every page has been torn from our souls.
But you know,
Yeah,
my other point is that while everybody here who follows us, I know everybody is a big Carry On fan, and you guys' knowledge is incredible. But also, we have to write about people or for people that love Carry On films. I mean, somebody I saw somebody wrote on a forum the other day about, was Valerie Leon in Carry On? Which ones was she in? And so we have to go,
yeah.
okay, all right. There are people that don't know it as well as us, so we can't assume knowledge.
That is very true.
Yeah.
That's very true. Yeah, I've got a very posh there. It's very, very true. Very true. Yes, it's true. Yes, but anyway, but I'm very proud of it. So yeah, it's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. Do you want another question, or should we talk about Ryan comedy? I'm desperate
Let's
for about Ryan
just, I
comedy.
know you are, but looking forward to reading it, says Jason. It looks fantastic. Well done, guys.
Well, I am love crazy for Suzanne Danielle. Yes, I know you are, Peter. Yes, so aren't we all? Look forward to reading about it. Yes, she's definitely in as well. Of course, of course.
How many pages?
That's a good question. How many pages is
Ooh,
it? It's
three.
224, I make it.
The best page, guys, my favourite page
What's your
is
favourite page?
the back page
Oh,
224.
yeah, no,
But
no,
I'm not
no, no,
spoiling
no.
that.
Is that your favourite page? Gosh,
I,
I'm not
I, I
sure.
just, I
I think
thought
I
it
think
was.
my favourite page is Linda Hooks, but anyway, that's another thing. But see, I've got a thing about Linda Hooks. You know Linda Hooks? Yeah, Miss UK from 19, whatever, 70 something, 72, 71. I've always quite fancied Linda. Well, quite. I've really fancied Linda Hooks. And Gemma now has worried me because she thinks she looks a little bit like my mum as a young, as a younger woman. Which is there's some Freudian stuff going on down there, isn't there, for sure. But anyway, there's some lovely stuff of Linda Hooks in here.
You had a lot of photos of Linda Hooks.
Yeah,
I was like, we can't put all these
I
pictures
think I
in.
got. I think I got 3 in the end. Hold on, I've got quite a lot in. Some were cut out, but I think I did. Yeah, I know. Did we? Where is she? There is she. Yeah, she's around this. She's around Elkie Summer. Here she is.
Oh dear.
There she is. Yeah. Actually, yeah, 3. We got 3 in.
You got
Yeah.
three
Yeah.
photos of her in. Awkward.
I'll
Yes,
give you
it
a
is.
quick flash of Linda Hooks. Hold on.
Quick
There
flash.
she is.
Go on. Quick flash.
There you go. God blimey.
I'm gonna get told off tomorrow by our marketing person.
Yeah, yeah. No, it's
History
okay.
Press might tell me off.
Will they sell us off?
No, they won't.
Gosh.
They'll be fine. They'll be fine. We're promoting it. Um, Robert, your Carry On Companion nearly 30 years ago was one of the most enjoyable books of
Thanks
my
for that.
teenage years.
Oh dear.
Oh,
James. Thank you. Thanks very much. Oh, someone's saying awkward. Yeah, thanks, Pete.
yeah.
1996 that was published. So I was commissioned in 1995 to do it, and I was so excited. I was at the time 24 when I was commissioned to do that. The Carry On Companion, and I gave myself, because I was trying to get that book published for many years before that, maybe 6 or 7 years before that, and I'd given myself a sort of time limit that if I wasn't published by the time I was 25, I was going to give up. You don't know the story, do you? And
I know bits of
in
it.
my head, I probably would have put that back to 30 and then 35 and then 40, but it was commissioned before I was 25, and it was published just after my 25th birthday, early '96. So yeah, no, thank you. That's my firstborn, and I'm very proud of
What's
the
been
Carol
really
Companion.
interesting though is the amount of press we're getting for
Oh, this
this.
is incredible.
I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
honestly, I went in not thinking I'd have to one do much. I thought I'd write an intro and that's me done. And then they billed me first. I thought, come
No,
on,
I asked for you
come
if
on,
you because
Jem.
no, I thought women, ladies first and all that. I thought and then on the spine you see because it works because it's Gemma and Robert Ross. You see, so
Oh.
that works quite nicely.
But
Anyway, but yeah.
but also I then got very passionate about it and was like, we need to talk about this. And then we were watching films and making notes. Yeah, I want to say, does it spoil it writing a book about
Not for me, it doesn't.
films?
No, no. I think you love them even more. But this is
You get
my
more critical of
this
them.
is my sixth or seventh book on the Carry-Ons. I think I don't know.
But the
But yeah.
the media for this is just crazy.
Whatever people say about them, love them or hate them, carry-ons tend to sell newspapers, and journalists get very excited about the carry-ons. If you talk about new films being made, or if you talk about the old films, or if one of the actors sadly passes away or something, it's always the carry-ons that is the stuff that makes it fizzle. So yeah, they're not going anywhere, and you can guarantee over Christmas they'll be on all the time on ITV4 probably, or just buy the block. Oh, actually, talking about box sets and Blu-rays and things. Oh, I'm not going to do this on live because I might muck it up. But the third in an ongoing collection from those lovely people in Australia from Via Vision is out now. This is the Blu-ray box set of the next four in the series. So this is Carry On. This is quite a beauty. These are four stonkers. I think it's safe to say these are four of the greatest, not just greatest carry-ons, but greatest comedies ever made, in my opinion. Then you've got Carry On Spying, Carry On Cleo, Carry On Cowboy, and Carry On Screaming in this, and plus you get a booklet of the first 12, the Anglo amalgamated films, the Studio Canal films, and then Volume 4, of course, will pick up with the Rank films. Don't Lose Your Head. So yeah, but this is available now to buy online, isn't it? On Amazon and all
I think
that.
so.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
we will do an official unboxing. We only just got this a few days ago, and I've not had a chance to look at it
Actually,
yet.
it came when the book came, so
Oh, there you go. What a day.
sorry,
Um,
boys. We
but
we got a bit excited about the book.
we will definitely unwrap this sometime this week probably, and we'll do an extra video for that. So yes,
Right. Okay. So let's just take a few. So Jamie, this is lovely. He says that you, Robert, were the authority at the times when it wasn't cool to like carry on. You made it cool again, mate.
oh, that's very kind. Thank you. Yeah, it was never uncool in my opinion, but no, you're right. Absolutely, the '90s it was not kind to the carry-ons really. Um, uh, for various reasons I won't go into, but no, absolutely. It took me. That's why I couldn't get a publisher for a long time. But I stayed true to it, and I still absolutely adore them. I still watch them for pleasure, not as often as I used to. But if we're channel surfing and one's on, I tend not to be able to turn it off, so I just watch it
Or
to the
if we've
end.
had a bad day,
Oh
we put
yeah,
one on,
yeah,
don't
absolutely. It cheers me up. Yeah, absolutely.
we? You just think,
Yeah.
oh, do you know what? Let's just, or if we actually get a day off, which we've had very few days off this year. I know it looks like it must be quite cool to do what we do. I
It is.
still work
It is very cool.
part time,
Yeah.
but you know, sometimes we just go, we need a day off. We need to just sit in front of the telly, and so we might put on a carry on.
Yeah.
and
absolutely.
do that.
Comfort blanket carry-ons. Carry On
Steve,
Sergeant is one of my comfort blanket carry-ons now. So go on, yeah.
Steve, Carry On will live forever. I think you're right. My daughters love them. Steve, can you DM me and tell me why? And the reason I ask this, I will give them a shout out, your girls. I am going to be on next week. I can announce
You
this. I
can
think
say
it's
this. Oh
fine.
gosh,
I'm going to
absolutely,
be
yeah.
on BBC Radio 4 Women's Hour at 10 o'clock next Tuesday
In the morning, that
in
is.
the
Yeah.
morning. Um, I'm on for an hour. I don't know what they're going to ask me. I'm on my own.
I'm not allowed on
He's not
because I'm
allowed
not a
there.
woman, you see, which is fair enough, you know.
So I'd love to hear. I really love hearing about why women like it. And this book's very much for the
I
female
mean,
fan,
I remember
from my
talking
point
to
of view.
a lady that I'm sort of, some of the fans may know, Barbara Washington Ashbridge, who was a very close friend of Kenneth Williams. And I knew Barbara. I've known Barbara a long, long time, 20 odd years ago, 25 years ago, um, and she was never a fan of Benny Hill,
Mm,
but she loved the Carry Ons,
mm,
and for the uninitiated, I think the comedy of Benny Hill and Carry On is quite similar in a weird sort of way. The slap and tickle and the saucy postcards and sort of stuff like that. But I think the Women of Benny Hill is another book I might do at one point. But that's another story. Um, but the women of Carry On, the Carry On girls, they always come out on top, don't they? They're very strong characters. They're brilliant actresses first and foremost.
mm.
But they're brilliantly written by men. You see,
Which is really
I think Norman
interesting.
Hoodis could write a really brilliant female character. He
Mm,
really was good because his wife obviously was a nurse and gave him lots of stories for Carry On Nurse particularly. But he's a really good writer. You look at Norman Hoodis's scripts for Liz Fraser and Hattie
mm,
Jakes and Joan Sims. They're really strong characters. And then Talbot Rothwell, I think, could write really strong women. Barbara Windsor in Carry On Girls is a really strong female character. And they're much more sexually confident than the men. It's all the lustful, the Sids and the Jindales and whatever. But the women of Carry On are very savvy about sex and about image. And June Whitfield, we used a quote from an old interview I did with June, and she was basically saying, if I had a body like these girls in Carry On Girls, I'd be flaunting it. She said she saw it as an empowerment, didn't she? I think she said if you were a young man, you'd turn to boxing. If you're a young woman, why not be a beauty queen?
yeah, yeah, absolutely. And I think, but then you see, I think as well, you're talking about Carry On Girls and you're talking about Barbara Windsor in that film. That's when things were really shifting for women.
Mm,
Um, and so the films reflected that.
absolutely,
It
absolutely.
had
Yeah,
to.
yeah.
It had to make it funny,
Well, I
I
think
think.
this is what comedy, this is what popular culture does. Obviously, it reflects the times, and the Carry-Ons really are a sort of a prism to life in this country and around the world, but certainly this country.
One of the Carry On Girls, I'm going to name her, Louise Burton.
Oh, we love Louise.
We love Louise.
She was at the party.
Was asked in an interview about the whole idea of, you know, should they still be showing now? And I think Louise really summed it up beautifully. She said, look, there are so many things on TV now which actually are quite shocking. Things, nudity is shown all the way through.
Mm.
It deals with topics which are extremely unpleasant. And she's like, these aren't unpleasant
No,
topics.
no.
They
There's
were
the,
a bit cheeky.
yeah.
So she's like, I don't quite understand why we get more upset about a Carry On film when things today are probably far more shocking
Yeah,
than what
and
you've ever seen.
there's no malice in a Carry On. There's no cruelty in a Carry On. Jim was just putting a log on the fire.
Sorry.
No, no.
Fire's going out.
Fire's going out. Oh shit, that's my job. But there's no malice or cruelty. It's just kindness. And so if some jokes you wouldn't crack today, of course there are, but they weren't cracked with any sort of hatred or unpleasantness. They're just jokes, and most of them are just fun and lovely and life affirming jokes. And the characters are so relatable, like our little Amelia, bless her, who's in love with Charles Hawtrey.
Oh my god,
She was 2 on Valerie's 80th.
yeah, my niece shares Valerie's birthday, which I was very happy that she was born on a Carry On girl's birthday.
But she loves them, doesn't she?
Obviously she doesn't understand them, but Charles Hawtrey comes on and she just beams, and she
Yeah.
did. Like, this is from about when she could first smile. I think her first smile was a Carry On film. Can you believe
I
that?
think mine was as well. There you go. But anyway, yeah, still is. Yeah.
So Gavin, yeah, you've met Jackie Piper. This is exactly what I'm talking about. So she was obviously in the play about Noel Gordon with Helena Bonham
Yeah,
Carter,
Russell T Davies wrote that. Yes,
and he
absolutely.
said here that it's going to be shown on ITV1 this Christmas. Yeah,
Oh, was it?
still
Great.
working,
Yeah,
still.
brilliant. Yeah, yeah, good. Well, I was on the phone to Jackie when she was doing that because it was a night shoot, but we were also. It was around the same time we were doing the documentaries for Channel 5. I think Jackie did. Did you have did you do Hattie Jakes, Jackie, or Sid? One of them. I did Jim Whitfield, and it was around that time we were doing those as well. But yes, actually, Jackie loved doing that. She was very, very proud to share a scene with Helen Bonham Carter. And we loved that show. The Noel Gordon show was brilliant. Has that not been on yet? Then that
Yeah, it has been on.
yeah, it's
They're
been
going to
on.
show it
Oh,
again.
they're going to show it again. Okay,
Right, Paul. This takes us nicely on to what you want to talk about. So,
go on.
do not apologise for questions. We love questions. Are we selling the book just purely on the 9th of December, or do we have to pre-buy? So yes, we will be selling it on the 9th of December. Don't worry. I've got my copies on order coming to us.
Yeah.
Probably, I think Comedy Cottage is going to be full of Carry On girls.
The book, I think you mean. But yeah, yeah.
You've had a few Carry On
I have
girls
had a
in
few
here.
Karen girls here before. That's true. Yes. Anyway.
But Saturday.
Yeah, thank you. Yes, right on comedy. The book festival is on this coming Saturday. That's the 18th of November at the CAA, the Club for Acts and Actors, or the Concert Artists Association that used to be 20 Bedford Street in Covent Garden. We may, if anybody's watching from the History Press, ignore this bit. We may have a couple of copies with us. You know, so if you're quick, starts at midday and goes through till 4 o'clock. We've got some amazing guests as well turning up. We've got Carol Cleveland, Monty Python's Carol Cleveland, signing her memoirs. We have David Barry, Frankie Abbott from Please Sir, signing his various books. We have Stephen Allen signing his novel and his latest book, along with Dick Fiddy of the BFI, called Destination Time Travel, which is about popular culture, time travel in film and literature. We have Roy Gould, brilliant.
Who's watching?
Oh, is Roy? Oh, well, I'm glad I mentioned him in that case. Roy Gould, who was basically David Croft's right-hand man, who's written two brilliant novels. I think the latest of which is the one we're selling, which is Theatre of War.
Yeah.
Which is an incredible book. We have, who else have we got coming? We got thank you. Yes, got Maria McGurran, who is in everything comedy, and also works a lot with Graham Norton on radio. Her memoirs, called Bumps in the Road, has just been published by Great Northern Books, who I'm currently writing a book for as well. Thank you, David, at Great Northern Books. We have John O'Pertwee. JJ Pertwee, son of the great Bill Pertwee.
Can I just ask, because
Yes.
somebody asked us recently, why isn't John O'Pertwee coming to our Carry On Day? Because obviously or JJ Pertwee, sorry.
James Pertwee in
James
Carry On.
Pertwee.
Yes, but yeah.
Was in a Carry On. Why not, Robert?
Well, because he's not available. That's why. Yes. I mean, the problem is, you know, I'd wish these people were just on my beck and call and were available all the time, but no. So Jono, JJ Pertwee, James Pertwee, call him what you will. James Pertwee is an actor. JJ Pertwee is a writer. Jono is a mate. So Jono's not available in December. He would love to have come, and he will come to one of our Carry On days at some point. I am aware that we do a lot of shows. But we love doing the shows, and it's hard to pin everybody down to the particular shows. So Jono wanted to come to the book festival, and he's really looking forward to it. And he's written a book called Cup of Dreams. If you love football, this is the book for you.
And he's not London based, so it's quite a journey for him to come and do this. So,
Yes.
But don't worry, we will get him again. But if you want to come on Saturday, he'll be there.
He'll be there, and he will sign anything. If you've got a Carry On companion, he will sign it happily on Saturday. But we will get him for one of the Carry On days.
Did you mention Brian Slade?
Thank you. Brian Slade, who's written a brilliant biography of Simon Cadell. He's signing that book on Saturday. He's got a new book coming out, which I probably can't talk about yet, but he may be persuaded to on the day. He might have some advanced copies, I'm not sure. We've got loads of people coming, haven't we? Anyway, a lot of good people. If I've missed you out, forgive me. I didn't miss out Roy Gould, so I'm okay. He might buy me a drink on Saturday now. So I wasn't even prompted to mention Roy Gould. It's a great book, Roy. Theatre of War is a brilliant novel. It makes you
It's
laugh and cry and think, and it's brilliant.
especially if you want to know what goes on behind the scenes for actors.
Well, yes, indeed.
Right, completely off the subject. But I'm a writer, this is Jamie, myself, and I'm writing a Freddie Prinze biopic called Prince of Comedy. Did we get Chico and the Man over here? And do you know Robert? I'm guessing, Jamie, are you in America then? How how about 79 TV movie biopic Can You Hear the Laughter?
What? Do we get it over here? I've heard of it, but I don't think they showed it over here. Did we get Chico and the Man over here? Do you know? No, I don't know what Chico and the Man is. The only Chico I can think of is Marx, and I don't think it might be about that. No, I don't know. No. Oh, Jamie, bless you. Well, thank you. I mean, and we should look into it. But
My
no,
gosh,
no.
you're actually stumped on a comedy
I am a bit,
question.
yeah. I don't know. I don't know. But he's writing a Freddie Prinze biopic. Did we get Chico and the Man? That must be a series that he was in, I'm guessing, but I don't know it. So, hey, listen, I don't know it all. Come on, you know, I am fallible sometimes, but yeah. Anyway, but yes, thanks for the. We'll look into that, Jamie. Yes, keep in touch. Drop us an email. If you email the website,
Inquiries at robertross.co.uk.
Gemma picks it up and she will make me research it so I know for next time.
And then what else have we got going on? If you're based in Buckinghamshire,
Oh yeah.
we also have a special night. It is only £5 to hear us talk. I know this is free, but this comes with clips that we're not allowed to do on here.
This is true. Yes.
For
Day is
legal
that?
reasons.
Well, we've got no days off. What day is? What day is?
Oh my god! Right, so
December.
there's a lot coming up.
Second, is it? If you sign again, if you inquire at Robert Ross, you get a 3 monthly newsletter, mostly written so I remember what I'm doing and where I should be on a certain day. But you get all the information for the shows, the books that are coming up, the articles that I write for various magazines, Yours Retro and Best of British and Infinity and The Dark Side and all those wonderful guys that employ me on a regular basis. And you get all that information straight into your inbox every month. Usually on the first of the month, but it's a bit late sometimes because I've got other stuff to write.
Chico and the Man was the US remake of Rising Damp.
Oh right, no, we never got that over here. In fact, I don't think I've ever seen an episode of that. To be honest, it's probably on
If it's on YouTube,
or something, isn't it? But
send us a link.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh my gosh. Okay, yeah.
Right,
Go on.
Buckinghamshire.
Yeah.
So Thursday the 7th of December, 6 p.m. till 8 p.m. It's £5 to get in. You actually get into the Discover Bucks Museum. They
Yes.
have a fantastic exhibition on which you're allowed to go into. I think we're doing our talk in there.
Yes, growing up 80s.
Yeah,
Or,
I
yes.
grew up in the 80s.
Oh, I grew up in the 80s. Well, no, I grew up 80s. That's what
I
it's
grew
called,
up
isn't it? Anyway,
80s.
it's about the 1980s basically. And we had a little sneak preview, didn't we, last week?
Yeah.
It's really good. It's great up there. So
It's
we're
really
doing our
good.
talk in there. So we'll be showing rare clips of some of the Carry On Girls, probably in the 80s, just to sort of make it fixed with the exhibition. But obviously there's no Carry On films made in the 80s, but there were the compilations and chat show appearances, etc., etc. So yeah, that'd be fun. And we'll be selling books there as well. So if
Yeah.
you're in Buckinghamshire
Yeah.
and you can't come to London, we'll be selling.
And you want to just buy one off us and have it signed, we shall. Off topic, any chance of a show or talk sometime with Sue Pollard? Oh,
So
Now-
we should ring with her
Can we-
today.
we should have been having lunch with her today. Bless her. We're seeing her Friday, so I will ask the question, Wayne. I don't know if Jilly's watching. I know Andrew is. Andrew, you were with us, and Jonathan. We were walking down the road, as you do, in London, and all of a sudden, who do we see but the Pollard? And she was lovely, and Jilly had the amazing idea to get a photograph with her. I think we probably annoyed a lot of shoppers. Thinking, who are these
exactly.
people taking
Now,
random photos?
Sue is in pantomime in Bournemouth. Is that right?
Mhm.
Is it Bournemouth? I think it's Bournemouth.
I'll
Can you check?
I should
Yes.
check.
because we want to go and see Sue. But yeah, with those, no, absolutely, we would definitely we did a show with Sue and Jeffrey Holland.
Heidi hi.
In thank you, Hody Ho. In between lockdown, um, which was probably what was that 2021? I think January 21. But we will definitely be doing something with Sue. I'm sure. Well, I'm assuming we are. Well, we are. Yeah, we are.
Yeah, we are.
Okay, where's she in
It's
the
a.
panto?
Where is she? Is this...
There she is. There she is. Bournemouth.
Bournemouth.
There, I was right. Bournemouth Pavilion. There we go. When she starts.
She starts on Saturday the 2nd through to Sunday the 31st
Oh no, she doesn't.
of December.
Okay, good. So Bournemouth Pavilion, Sue Pollard is giving her evil. Is it the Queen? Isn't it? I think. Or,
Yeah.
She's not very nice in it, but of course she will be because it's
Snow White.
Snow White. There
There
we
you
go. Lovely stuff.
She's
Wonderful.
the evil stepmother, I'm guessing.
There you go.
Right.
Good. Yeah, the Queen. I don't know. Anyway, she's not very nice in it, but yeah.
Speaking of the 80s, Dame Barbara Windsor appeared with the Pet Shop Boys in their It Couldn't Happen Here,
She certainly did.
which also features as a video to the version of Always on My Mind.
There you go.
There we go.
She
Thank
did
you.
indeed. Thank you. We could mention that. Thanks. We'll credit you, Gavin. Thank you very much. She enjoyed actually. She loved working with the Pet Shop Boys, Barbara. And yeah, she's she that was what 10 years after the last of the carry-ons that she was involved with. So yeah, certainly. Good.
And what else is happening next year? Is there anything?
Well, I don't know. World peace, hopefully. I don't know what. Lots. Gosh, lots. We can talk about Peter Sellers, can't we? That's been announced, isn't it? Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So the book I'm doing with David Burrell and Great Northern Books is about Peter Sellers. And again, as you know from my books, it's not about the scandals and madness of Peter Sellers. It's about his genius and about his unique contribution to comedy. So it's called Bestsellers, and it's basically the subtitle at the moment is a life in comedy. It's purely about the work, and I'm having a ball writing that. I'm almost finished. If you're worried, David, my publisher. But it's I'm enjoying doing that immensely. I've got another one signed up with Great Northern Books, which I can't talk about yet. And a load of other stuff coming
And
up.
another
Really.
book which we also can't talk about.
Yeah, I love having projects I can't talk about, and lots of other comedy things coming up next year. But I'm sure
We're doing Brighton again.
we're doing the Brighton Walk, yes.
Doing the Brighton Walk.
Oi! So we're doing that again in July. Again, please get the newsletters because we're doing lots of stuff. And Gemma brilliantly is my management. She never keeps me off it, as it were. I'm always writing about comedy in some shape or form, which I adore. And I'm sure we'll do another one of these live things probably just before Christmas.
We've just been asked, are you guys going to do a Christmas sitcom?
We did do one here. Yeah, we
Special
could do
talk.
that. We could do that. Yeah, we'll probably do a Christmas show. We can mention a few more pantos. We can mention some Christmas classics. We can do a carry on Christmas, of course.
If you live in the Hertfordshire area, you might have to message us because I don't know quite how you get tickets. You can come and see us for £2.
Well, it's getting cheaper and cheap. What do we do for £2? I don't work that cheap.
They're paying you more than that.
Are they? Oh, good.
£2.
What was this?
And we're going to be at the Abbots Langley Gardening Club.
Oh gosh, we are. Yes.
So if you're in Hertfordshire or near, Abbots Langley is a very tiny village. We've agreed to it because my brother lives there.
Yes.
And I believe it's open to the public, but you have to pay £2 if you're a member. I think it's free. And we're going to do a special Christmas crackers talk. And we've got some private ones we're doing, but we're not doing anything publicly.
Well, we could do a Christmas Zoom, couldn't we?
But we will do something for Christmas on here.
But like Gemma says, we can't show the clips on here, but on the shows we show clips and things.
I know.
So yeah, Christmas crackers. I love that show. It's great.
Andrew, Bournemouth. Ah, that's Sue. Okay, yes.
Just shouting Bournemouth at me. Yeah, no, thank you. Bournemouth Pavilion. Yes, exactly. Yes,
but
it's gonna be
what
good.
was your highlight this year? I know mine.
What,
hands down.
apart from right this? You mean?
No. That's blood, sweat, and tears.
Well, what's yours? I think Brighton was my favourite gig of the year, actually. Although I must admit, Pete was brilliant. I loved your T-shirt, the Carry On Girls T-shirt. One of the great things, I had some really nice gigs. There was one we just did a residential home a couple of weeks ago, which I loved actually, a place called the Manor. But it's all right, I'm not had a drink yet either. But Brighton, the weather was perfect. We had Gerald Thomas weather, or as Roy Gould would say, David Croft weather. Both David Croft and Gerald Thomas as directors were always blessed by brilliant weather. And we had lovely Brighton sunshine. The crowd of people were just lovely. And probably my favourite moment of any comedy thing this year has been people taking photographs of a lamppost as featured in Carry On Girls, where Joan Hickson's undies are hung up there. We had people walking by saying, "What are they taking a photograph of a lamppost for?" Well, we found the lamppost. Obviously, it's opposite Clarges Hotel, where Dora Bryan lived for many years. And people were taking pictures of a lamppost, which I took photographs of people taking photographs. It was that funny. But there we go. Yes, lovely. Anyway,
Oh yes,
we've
and
got a
then
run here. Look, my gosh,
we have.
you're
We're going to
getting.
wrap up in a minute,
Okay,
but
that's good.
also we need to eat.
Yes,
Off topic, the anniversary special of Doctor Who, of course, features the last appearance of Bernard Cribbins.
indeed. Bless him. Yes, he's in. He's in this one, the first one, isn't he? The 25th of November episode. Yeah, Bernie Crimmins was just brilliant as Wilf, and I mean, I would have hilarious phone calls with Bernard um, after his Saturday night Doctor Who's went out, and he gave me a couple of spoilers, and no one cares now. It's fine. But he told me once. He said, "You're going to love this next week's episode, not this one that's coming up, but when he was obviously making them on a regular basis with David Tennant and Catherine Tate." He said because he gave me the spoiler that he bashes the Dalek over the head. I think with a baseball bat. I can't remember now. But because I was such a fan of him, and I was so excited when he was doing new Doctor Who, because obviously he's in the second Peter Cushing film, Dalek Invasion Earth 2150 AD. And he said, "I know you're going to be so excited that I get to meet the Daleks again." He told me before it was on telly, so it was great. No, Bernard, and we were lucky. We were very fortunate to be invited to Bernard's memorial service a couple of weeks ago, which was beautiful and very poignant. And Paul McGann, happy birthday, Paul McGann, 64 today. Very good for
When I'm
a
64.
Liverpudlian lad. He read one of Bernard Cribbins's Jackanory stories, and he was absolutely brilliant, wasn't he, Paul?
Yeah, and there was a Womble there.
It was a Mike Bat was there, and there was a Womble. Yeah, Great Uncle Bulgaria turned up in full costume size. So it was a lovely celebration for a brilliant man. I loved Bernard Cribbins so much. He was a good mate. So thank you for mentioning him, Gavin.
Last thing about the book, and then we are going to sign off, I'm afraid. But if you are watching this after it's gone out live, we do try and look at the comments and we'll try and reply. But I'm just going to say this while we're talking about In Memoriam, and I know this sounds a little bit morbid. We only put the dates of the girls who have sadly passed. If somebody passes in the next
don't say that.
days,
That's an awful thing to say.
please,
No,
they don't.
please, God, they don't. No, because I mean, again, that was our joint idea, because to be. I know you can Google it on the internet, and when they're born anyway, and I know Valerie doesn't mind people knowing she's 80 because she's very proud to be 80. But you never ask a lady her age, do you? So if they're still alive, they are ageless in this book. So and the Carry On Girls, to wrap up, the Carry On Girls are ageless because they will always be beautiful, and they still are beautiful. And those 5 girls we were lucky enough to have the champagne luncheon with: Valerie Leon, Jackie Piper, Anita Harris, Madeline Smith, and Louise Burton. They still all look incredible. They look incredible, and they're so feminine and gracious and elegant and fun and funny. And I think all the Carry On Girls are. So this book is a celebration to this brilliant generation of women who I adore, and thanks to Gemma for being a brilliant co-writer.
I've got one more question.
Oh, God.
That
was a great out then. That's what they call a great out in journalistic talks. Go on, what else?
And the last one. What will your Christmas Day telly be this year? The first thing we'll probably watch.
Yeah,
the first thing we'll watch probably be the King's Speech.
Yeah.
And then it'll be Doctor Who.
Happy birthday to the King today as well.
Oh yeah.
No, God, yeah. I'm waiting for my knighthood, Charles, just in case it's in the post. Go on.
We'll send him a copy.
We'll send him a copy of the book. He's a massive comedy fan, as you know if you follow our page. We put up some lovely pictures today of King Charles when he was Prince Charles, with Eric Idle and John Cleese, and also another one with Harry Seacombe and Spike Milligan. So he's a massive goon, a massive Python fan, is Charles. So yeah.
But also, so just go back to the question. So yeah, probably be Doctor Who. if is All Creatures Great and Small, is that going to be on
It's around
Christmas
Christmas, isn't
Day?
it? Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know.
Strictly
To,
Come Dancing Christmas, probably.
this Steve, this shows us like we are just we're not even there yet.
That well, we're
I
absolutely
don't even
no,
know
no.
what's on Christmas Day. We
And
will
we'll probably watch a Carry On Christmas as well,
we will
because
have our
or
turkey
Carry On Girls or something.
and
Yeah.
collapse into this sofa and light the fire and goodness knows. Yeah. Someone said Ghosts, so Ghosts is probably on.
Is that the last episode, isn't it? Because it's the Christmas special. Yeah, yeah. I love that show. I love Ghosts. But yes, brilliant. Okay.
Right.
Yes,
So
great. Oh look, look. I think we should just have a personal show with Jamie. He's got so many good questions. But we'll come back to it. I promise you. We'll do another one of these, and we will alert you. We'll get a date sorted out for Christmas or
mm,
Christmas fortnight or somewhere, and we'll let you know in plenty of time. But yeah. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. And thank you. You didn't mention we are number one
oh
in
yeah.
British film books
On
on
Amazon.
Amazon at the moment, and that's not even out yet. So please keep on ordering it. Go into your local bookshops and order it. If you ask for a copy, they tend to buy six. So you know the more people see it in shop windows, the better. So thank you for pre-ordering it.
Yeah,
And yeah,
try to go to bookshops because as much as we love Amazon and as much as we love tracking how many how we're doing in the ranking system, um,
it's very exciting.
it is nice if it can we can keep the bookshops alive because without them then you know
So yes, so thank you. So
these will go.
yes. Oh no, they'll never go. Books will never go. Look around you, Mr. Clown. No, but so the next show is this Saturday coming. CAA, right on Comedy Book Festival. We'll be there. Lots of other great authors will be there. So hopefully see some of you there.
And we will be signing and selling books on December 9th too. And if you can get across to the launch party, do come and join us and have a glass of bubbles so we can share this with you. It was actually one of the things we said. I just want to, just say about that.
She always backs me up. I know I the one that overruns usually, but I don't mind. I can go on forever. Go on, go on.
But when we did when they said, oh, you get a book launch, we were like, oh, great. And so we said, well, but we want to invite the fans. We're like, how can we do this? And I appreciate it's money that you guys have to spend, but you are getting the book, you are getting the drink, which was a battle too. But you know,
And I'll show you one
it
more.
wouldn't
Look at the back cover. Look at that. Oh my gosh.
it wouldn't be the
Gorgeous.
same celebrating a book coming out without you guys because you guys are what we do this for,
Well, yeah.
isn't it?
And I enjoy it too. So
But I've really enjoyed
yeah, well,
this.
fantastic. You see, look, now, look, she's an official
I've got-
Carry On author now. You see, look.
No, but I've
yeah.
missed this.
Oh no, I know. We love the live ones, so we'll try and do 3 a year or something. But yeah, but do come on the road, see us on the road as well, and say hello. But
And we'll
yeah.
get up north eventually.
We're doing something. I think aren't we next year? Possibly, yes. Yeah. Anyway, it's all who knows? Who knows? To quote Doctor Who. Anyway, all right. Love you and leave you. Love and laughter. See you soon.
Bye.
Bisey Wisey.